The other day, Ilya got pizza from like a really good place. It's called Prince Street. And he put a note. It was late at night. He put a note. He's like, don't fucking touch this. I'm eating this in the morning. Or I don't know what it said. And I really wanted the pizza, but I wanted to make sure that he went to bed first. Yeah. And because I was gonna steal it, and in the morning he doesn't know who fucking took it, so I was like, I'm gonna make sure this fucker's sleeping, and I'm gonna hijack his pizza. Uh-huh. So I go into his room, and I'm like, there's only one way to make sure he's sleeping. I have to go in his room and see for myself. Yeah. And I open the door, and he's not there. He's in his bathroom, so I'm like, fuck, he's in the bathroom. But I'm like, I gotta make sure he's going to bed. Yeah. So I go, Ilya, you in there? And he comes out and says, yeah, what's up? And I go, dude, I'm going to bed. I just want to say goodnight. And he goes, all right, good night. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, fuck, like, that's so awkward. I'd never say goodnight. Yeah. And so then I go, so then I like try to cover it up with the joke. And I go, you jerking off in there or something? I'm like, yeah, you jerking off? And Ilya's like, no, but I was about to. And I was like, yeah, go get him. And then I just shut the door. And then I proceed to eat the pizza. And then fast forward, literally 2 days later. Yeah. 2 days later, pizza's gone, whatever. Nobody said anything. I got away with it. 2 days later, Il goes, why'd you say goodnight to me 2 nights ago? Oh my God. And I go, I don't know. What do you mean? I was wishing you good night. And he's like, you never do that. And I'm like, and I was like, I cannot believe he's fucking guessing this. So I just told him the truth right away. I was like, I ate your pizza. And he goes, you fucker. and he goes, you're a fucking asshole. Like the most serious way he's ever told me I'm an asshole. Sure. You go, what did you say? Street.
Not only did he say, like, not only did he come in my room, but, like, he, like, hunted me out. Like, ew! What? Like, I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I exit the bathroom. He's like, good night, bro. I was like, okay, that's fucking weird. Right, and then I thought that, like, I did something wrong. Like, maybe he was just trying to be nice to me, like, for once. Yeah. I don't fucking know. Like,
yeah. And then at the end of the, like, as we're walking away, I'm like going out for, like, a hike or something. Ilya goes, and then on top of that, you go, you jerking off in there? You jerking off in there? And he fucking read me like a book for that part too. And he just knew it was suspicious the entire time.
So weird. And he had this like smirk on his face as he's leaving, like, you know, like
fuck, I got caught.
Yeah. What did you think when you went to get your pizza? It wasn't there.
I mean, just like the fucking laundry, bro. Like, he's a fucking asshole.
Dude!
Did you know it was David who ate it?
Yes, I fucking knew it was David. Who else is going to fucking take my pizza that I wrote? Don't fucking touch it!
That is fucked up, because that pizza's hard to get. You have to wait in line for it.
Oh, it's the toughest to get.
It's the toughest.
But I got it. I was also going to say this. This is probably not a story for anybody on the podcast, but I find it really interesting to myself, and it's really important to myself, so I just want to talk about it so I can document this moment. But, like, I have, like, the smallest, some people say it's OCD, like the smallest level of OCD. I think everybody has some sort of it where it's like, if I don't touch that tree right now, I'm never going to be successful. Or I'm going to have a horrible year if I step on one of these cracks in the next steps. And I do that throughout the day, like, constantly, especially on my runs. On my runs, it's completely taken over. Oh, wow. And like my runs will be like, if I don't touch this light post, if I don't skip across this like crosswalk, like it's constantly happening during my runs, and it's been happening my entire life. And it's like a really small thing that I just kind of live with. I don't really care. But I've found out a way to fight that and to combat it the other day, which I thought was like so genius. I'm like, why have I never done this? There's only one other thing that I respect as much as me doing these little things these little tasks I've given myself, and that's the word dead ass. Mm-hmm. And before I started my run, I said, dead ass, I'm not going to do anything that I think I have to do to make myself more successful in the future. So now I'm running, and like I have nothing in my way. So I'm not skipping, I'm not stepping on cracks, and I've literally fought my own like stupid thing I've made in my own head with my own other stupid thing I've made in my own head. So like I've just said, I'm dead ass, I'm done with it. And like every day I'll say that, and I just don't do it.
Okay, here are your pills for today.
But isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy? We're gonna have group therapy in an hour, so you have the next 30 minutes.
Yes, I know. But isn't it crazy that I've been missing this like this entire time? Like that's so crazy. Like
I think it's even crazier that you have to tell yourself something, that there's one thing that controls you over another.
It's a complete loophole. Like it's a complete loophole. It's like I imagine the little minions, the little devils that are in my head that are setting up this. They just went fuck. Fuck, he found out. He found out that he can use dead ass against us. And it's just like,
do you think there's devils in your head?
No, but whatever it is, whatever's holding me back. But yeah.
So you had a clean run the other night. You didn't with a good
Clean
swift dead
run.
ass right at the start.
Yeah, right.
Great.
I'm like, dead ass, I'm not going to listen to myself, and I'm going to step on whatever I want to step on.
And it works.
And it works.
The other day I did this thing where I went to In-N-Out and I surprised the people there. Like, surprise them with money. Like, I had my Twitch stream.
On the stream.
I stream on Twitch, and I said, guys, I'm going to send all the donations to somebody at In-N-Out.
Great.
And we got, like, a little over $1,000. So I went, and I gave it to this person at In-N-Out. Well, fun fact, I actually went to a person at Chick-fil-A first to give them the money, and I didn't record, like, the beginning half of the video, and it just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So I had to go back home. I had to go grab another $1,000, and I did it to another person because the first one just didn't work.
Right.
And I promised my stream I'd put it on TikTok, and I was like, I don't want to post this video because it's not like as fun as it could be. So I had to go get another $1,000 just so I can make it right. And then the In-N-Out one.
Why weren't you recording?
I just didn't like it. So I shot another one.
So that person goes, David Dobrik just gave me $1,000 and then waits for 2 or 3 days and is like, and it never appears.
Yeah.
It never goes on the TikTok.
No.
Probably just baffled.
No.
Just like, oh, this guy just rolls around people giving people money.
Yeah, he was
like, he might have a problem.
He was like, yeah, this guy. I thought he was filming me at the time, but I never saw him upload it. He must just give people $1,000 all the time. Yeah, so I ended up spending a little over $2,000, which is totally fine because fucking obviously those employees deserve it anyway. But yeah, and it was funny because Zane calls me the next day, and he goes, yo man, I'm doing something for a brand, and I really want to be able to give money to somebody just like you did, and like, I don't know. I feel kind of weird, like, without asking you because it's your thing. I'm like, dude, you don't have to fucking ask me if you can give money to somebody. Like, just go fucking do it. It's fine. And he's like, okay, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, like, it's not my thing. So
It's your thing. You created that.
Yeah, I created giving
people
back.
money. Yeah,
I created
before you
giving
were
back.
around. Yeah, it was maybe like, it was presents or gift cards.
There's no
maybe,
such thing
but
as charity.
Yeah.
Yeah, until I came around.
the first one. You and Nelson Mandela and
Yeah. So he called me at like 11 in the morning, and he's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go do it now. And I'm going on my run at like 11, and I pull onto Ventura, and I'm like pulling up to light to get on the highway. And as I'm pulling, like, this is fucking crazy. As I'm pulling up, I see and I hear Zane's voice. Like, I see his car at a drive-thru at the Carl's Jr. at 10 p.m., like really late at night, like really late. Yeah. So, he's doing this thing 12 hours after he called me, which is such a Zane thing to do it really late. And I just hear his voice. And I just hear him go, are you sure? Are you sure you can't take it? That's all I hear. And he's having problems, like, giving the money to this girl because they can't accept tips or something. And I just call him, like, saying, did you just give the money? And he's like, yeah, what the fuck? Were you there? And I was like, yeah, I just pulled right up. It was really funny.
You have to go to In-N-Out, Zane. Carl's Jr. doesn't allow it.
Yeah, well, actually, none of them really allow to take tips, but sometimes they do. And Zane showed me the video of the girl, like, accepting the money.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because you can tell she got so excited. Like, the first 2 seconds, she goes, oh my God. And then she got really quiet because she didn't want any of her other, like, coworkers to hear because she didn't want to split the money. Yeah. So I'm like, Zane, how did it go? And he's like, I don't know, man. It was kind of weird. It kind of felt like she was just stealing from everybody. And I was like, oh, well, it gets tough.
It is hard to give away stuff.
It is tough. It really is. Because it's like, yeah.
I've done it with you, to go around and give people stuff. And
yeah. It can get complicated at times, but that's kind of the fun part of it, I guess.